Welcome to a brand new episode of Lunch with Doug Plus, a unique and fun experience brought to you by the Music Exerbia Project. We are here today thanks to the generous support of our esteemed sponsors. John's Barbershop, located at 121 West Cherry Street in Nevada, Missouri. Open Tuesday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Walk-ins only, no appointment needed. The American Legion Post number 2, located at 402 East Cherry Street in Nevada, Missouri, newly remodeled with a clean, fresh look. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. And as promised today, with us, the one, the only, Matteson Gregory. How are you, Matteson?
Good. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm very excited. I'm sort of starstruck. You're one of my favorites. So, like, I'm going to try to keep it to keep my starstruckness down to a minimum. So, I'll be as professional as possible. But, however, I may get excited about your song.
Hey,
I
it's fun. I
guess
love it.
first and foremost, I'm so thankful that you're here. Thanks for being here and taking the time to be with us
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
for our viewers. And some of these questions I'm going to ask, of course, I know the answer to them. Some of them I don't. But I know our viewers need to catch up to speed. So let's
Yeah.
talk about you and how you got into the industry because you're a awesome singer, songwriter, and doing great things. But what started this bug to become a musician?
Yeah, it's like I I always say it started probably just when I was younger. Like, I mean, you can look at home videos of me and it's always like I was crawling to the guitar or crawling to the piano, some sort of like musical instrument. My dad was in a lot of rock bands when I was growing up and everything. So I was always surrounded by it. And then we also did a lot of like karaoke nights and stuff. ABBA was our go-to. And just, I think that was the thing. It was like, I kind of grew up in an environment where it wasn't a bad thing to love music or to want to sing or anything like that, which I'm very appreciative of. Um, but it wasn't until I was probably about like 12, that was when I learned guitar. I learned my first song. And that when I learned guitar, that kind of led to me writing songs. And I really loved the process. I loved just being able to put my emotions in a way that seemed natural, I guess, to me. And, I think though for a while I didn't feel like I had the confidence enough to like really go for it until it was about my senior year. I decided to sing a song in front of the whole school. So, and it just went over very well. And I was like, I don't know. I think I caught the bug there because, you're in a place where people are listening to a song that you wrote and like they're standing up and they're clapping and they're giving you applause. And I'm like, wow, this is kind of what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like I want to be able to make people feel things. And I just, it's just such an amazing feeling. And I mean, that's kind of what got me started really pursuing going to Nashville and to like working with producers out there, working with writers out there, and also working with writers everywhere else. And now we're here and stuff. So it's been a journey, but it's been one that's just awesome and amazing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome from my perspective. Well, the content you're putting out is just very cool. Your videos are really amazing, really top level. Your
Thank you.
songs are great too. So tell me about I guess how many projects do you have out? What do you got? Let's talk about all the stuff you've got out that's available people can listen to.
Oh yeah,
A lot.
yeah. I know it piles up over a few years of doing it. I have Comfortable. That was my very first release. Stayed, which was recently in a Netflix show. So that was amazing. That was a big like top moment of my life for me. We also have War with Myself. We've got Only Love. Um, I'll Be Okay. I did Marry Me Someday. Uh, I'm like going through my head. Have you seen my friends? I Want to Get Hurt, and my most recent, which is Drive. So I think that's like, I was like kind of counting on my fingers as I was like listing them off. I think that's about like 8 songs, I think. So
Yeah.
it's a lot, but yeah.
Now, how many years did that process? You've been doing it a while, but not so long. But how long have you been
Yeah.
recording music, I guess, and putting it out?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I probably have been like recording and like releasing music for it's been about maybe 5-ish years, around 5 years, 5, 6 years. Because I think Comfortable came out, I think that was 2019. So I know War with Myself was 2020. So, but yeah, for about 5, 6 years.
Yeah, nice. And you've done some really cool festivals, and you've had some really cool opening spots where you've played with some really, I would say world renowned or at least nationwide known artists. That was really big. I know a while back you did some shows there in Springfield. What were those? Do you recall some of the big names you were
Yeah,
working with?
yeah. I mean, I every year do Queen City Shout. That's an amazing music festival, and so I'm very thankful that they always let me come back and play. But I think probably one of the biggest shows like I did, and this was just last year, was at the Regency in Springfield, and I got to open up for Ruthie Kraft. She's a very talented singer-songwriter. She's from Austin, Texas. And then Brian Copeland was also on the bill, which a lot of people know him around here, and he's very talented as well. I was just very excited to be on the same bill as them, and also to play that stage at the Regency because one of my personal goals I had told myself as an artist is I'm like, I want to be able to play like a stage where I have seen a show. And I had seen a show there years before. I went and saw Bowling for Soup, which was a very great show. And so it was just like a really surreal moment. Like when I was on that stage, I was like, "Oh my God, like I used to be out there and now I'm up here." So that was definitely another highlight just because it was a goal that I had aimed for, and it was just such a great time, and the music was fun. And I also play like, I mean, a lot of the wineries and stuff around here as well, and those are always so much fun too. I love the people, and I think just anywhere where people want to listen to music and whenever they want to hear my music, that just is the best thing. That's more than I could ever ask for, and I'm very thankful.
Yeah, for sure. And you do an acoustic show, but also a with your band show as well. So you do a little different performance setups, different venues, right?
Yeah, yeah. Most of like the wineries that I play, those are more acoustic. And then of course, Queen City Shout or like the Regency, those were full band shows. And I mean, I love both because both give a different energy and both are just so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. I have not got to see you live with your band. I have seen you live acoustically, and the acoustic show is amazing. So I can
Thank
only
you.
imagine how awesome the full band is as well. So that's cool. Yeah. So okay, so we I understand that you have I guess we'll just mention this. This might we were talking before I hit record button, and you're pushing for a big announcement July 23rd. You're gonna let people know something
Yes.
very special then, so they'll need to be paying
Yes.
attention. Where will they
Hmm.
talk about your social media so they can get connected with you for to be bated waiting for that announcement like that? It's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm so excited. I've been waiting to announce this for some time. So, and I mean, I'm going to start dropping little sneak peeks starting next week. So, if you guys want to see what it's all about, you can follow me on TikTok, on Instagram. I have a Facebook page. I also have YouTube as well, and they're all at Matteson Gregory. So, and that's with a T, Matteson.
Yeah, and your videos are really cool. I know you've got a
Thank you.
sidekick sort of that makes videos for you. You've lucked out on this deal. You've got a creative partner.
I did. Yeah, there's a few musicians like I've run into. They're like, "Man, you really like lucked out being a musician and also marrying a guy who does like videos and photos for you. Like you literally, that is like the best, the best combo
Uh,
probably. And I'm very thankful because I mean, he's very talented and like he does help me a lot. And I love I think one of our favorite things that we get to do is being able to come up with these different visions and different photos and stuff to represent my music. So it's been a lot of fun.
yeah, that's a cool creative dynamic. I could see where like
Yeah.
from his art is like he's able to be artistic with you in a different way, and then
Yeah.
you've got your art, and it's like that's so
Mhm.
cool. So,
Mhm.
tell us about your infatuation with the Friends TV show.
Yes. It's people know you love Friends whenever people will message you and ask you what season and what episode something happened. Like I've had that a few times where they'll be like, "Hey, Madison, like I want to watch this episode. Do you know what episode?" And I love that like cuz most of the time I'm like, "Wait, is it this?" And I'm able to tell them and they're so appreciative. Um but I mean, really Friends was it was just like a show that I just kind of stumbled upon on accident when I was in high school and I just like I laughed and it just really sucked me in. And I think I liked the dynamic and I liked the concept of like, having a group of people just to be there for you and like to accept you no matter what decisions you make and everything like that. It was just, someone to be there for your ups and downs. And also, I mean, I think a big thing too is I really loved Rachel Green's outfits. Like as soon as I saw her outfits, I was like, that's how I want to dress. That's how I want to dress. And a lot of my show outfits are actually based on like Rachel Green outfits. Like I will Pinterest I have a Pinterest board of Rachel Green outfits and I try to like recreate them in my own unique way, which is a lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, the Friends thing is just, I think it's kind of something too. It's like it's my comfort show, and I think that's kind of something that I want to be almost for people too. It's like I want to be your music comfort show. You can come to me when you're having a good day or a bad day. Like I'm here for you. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it all started, and it will continue to always be my number one show.
Yeah. Well, and I noticed in like I don't know if it's in your regular videos or not, but I noticed in some of your you make these little movie trailers. They're like mock movie
Yeah.
trailer, like things that's really exciting to watch. But some of the
hmm
props you use are, if they're not authentic props from Friends, they're at least props that are like color schemes. The one I wanted to ask about was I saw you have like a blanket or something that looks very Friends colored, or maybe something that you would have seen in Friends. It was in one of
Yeah,
your
I mean,
trailers. Is
was
that something
it?
you buy? Like, do you buy these things that are like specifically like Friends items or branded Friends items or what?
Uh, I mean, I've kind of had to hold back whenever I see a friend's t-shirt or something, just because I'm like, okay, I have so many, I need to hold back a little bit. But the blanket, was it like a yellow mustard
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
blanket? Yeah. Okay. So like, I think I bought that because I love that color, and I just thought it was really cool and um. Yeah, I mean that was kind of I've always loved that color and so I kind of bought it. But I mean it is kind of Friends theme-ish. I do have at first I was like thinking because I do have like a Friends fleece blanket that has like the logo printed all over it. And I was like, wait, I don't know if that's been
Hmm.
in one of my trailers that I've made. But yeah, I can see where it could be like the Friends kind of vibe, honestly.
Yeah, it was
So
definitely the mustard one. It seems like there's some piece of architecture in one of the shows that's maybe that color. Maybe the
yeah.
door, like on the door, like maybe the little frame around the door might be
Yeah.
that color or
Yeah.
similar.
It may like that color, like I was even thinking like, maybe there was like a blanket or like a one of the couch. I don't know, maybe it kind of gives off the
Hmm.
coffee shop kind of vibe. I know like that couch was like orange, but same kind of realm,
Yeah.
maybe.
It definitely, even if it wasn't official, it definitely seemed official. And I think maybe in that trailer you were wearing an actual Friends shirt, so maybe like one of the colors
Yes.
on the shirt might have been similar too. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
100%. I know it's kind of crazy. I'm asking all these like out there questions, but
Oh, you're
it's
good.
fun.
You're good. It's
So
fun.
this song, because my favorite song of yours is definitely, well, it's really a toss up. I really like Drive, um, and I like Have You Seen My Friends, but I definitely think Have You Seen My Friends is probably my, my go-to all the time.
Hmm.
Um, Comfortable is a close third.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Comfortable. It's got that cool like
Yeah.
thing that's just real kind of, I don't know. It's robotic's not really the way you describe it, but it does. It's kind of
Yeah.
futuristic sounding, like
Hmm.
that kind of comes in. I was like, that's real catchy, and it's
Yeah.
hard to skip that song when you hear it come in like that.
Aw.
So you gotta listen to it. But Have You Seen My Friends? Is that somewhat inspired by the TV show a little bit at all?
Um, it was really, I mean, I could see like where people could get that, but it was really honestly more inspired by just, as I've gotten older, I've just realized how hard it is to hang out with people. And it kind of happened like, I mean, I'll give you the backstory behind the song, like kind of what moment made this song come to life. I think I had plans to hang out with a group of friends and stuff. And then we were just planning to hang out on a Saturday or something. And then later that day, I was like, yeah, like what time? And I just hadn't heard, I didn't hear anything back about a time or something because everybody's like, yeah, no, we should be good. We could do something after work. But then I never heard anything. And I was like, well, maybe they had to work late or whatever. Um, and then it was like the next day, I saw on a Snapchat they all had hung out without me. Um, and I don't know, it just like, I mean, it did hurt, but then I think it was also, because I think too in that moment I just felt like every friend I kind of had, like they would just go missing. Like I didn't know where they would go. And um, I mean, I think part of that is kind of being an artist and stuff. A lot of my outside time I like to work on art and stuff. So sometimes I feel bad when I don't get to hang out with my friends, but I think too in that moment I did realize I'm like, you know what, it is like really hard to hang out with people as you get older and it's not like it is in Friends in the TV show where we go to a coffee shop and talk for hours. Like that was that's not realistic and it made me so sad and I decided to just I sat down at my piano and I mean, the first line is like, "Excuse me, can you help me find my friends?" I mean, because I did just feel in that moment, I was like, can someone help me just find my friends? Can like someone tell me where they're at? Because I feel like I have none or like they've all like abandoned me. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of where the song came from. And it's been just it's probably one of my favorite songs for me to perform, just because there's a little dance that goes with it, and it's fun whenever people know the dance and they like to do it with me. So it's fun.
There's a dance. I don't
Yeah.
know the dance. Is that in the video?
Yeah. Uh,
Well, I know you're dancing a
it,
little bit in the video, but
I'm dancing a little bit. Uh, I could probably do it. I think I have like a tutorial video on TikTok or something. I had a few
amazing.
people actually do the dance and it was so cute. I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is awesome." So, that people just took time to learn this little dance that I did. But yeah, I'll have to show you. I can send you the TikTok or something with the
Yeah,
tutorial,
yeah,
but
genius. I
it's
gotta
fun.
see it. I gotta see it. Not that I'm gonna learn the dance, but others will. I might learn it.
Yeah,
I might.
yeah, it's very simple. I was teaching my nephew and he got the hang of like the first half of it. So so I think it's a pretty easy dance for everyone to learn. So
Okay.
I'm not a professional dancer, so it's not anything
Yeah.
extravagant. So
Oh, I'm super fascinated because I was just complaining the other day that they don't have another cha-cha slide out there. I'm like, nobody's come up with a good dance song in a while that has a dance. Well, maybe this is it.
yeah, maybe everybody will be doing the Have You Seen My Friends dance. That would be
I
something.
I think they should. I definitely think they
Yeah.
should. This
Yeah.
is coming soon to a performing arts center near you
Yeah.
or music festival, yeah.
Music, coffee shop, music festival, backyard party, anywhere you can do it. It's yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, not to back up, but I didn't catch earlier we talked about you had a song on a Netflix TV show you mentioned.
Yeah.
What TV show is that? That's a pretty popular show, a dating show or something, right?
Yeah, it was Netflix. It's The Ultimatum, Marry or Move On. Um Personally, I was familiar with the show, but it wasn't one that I watched. But um it was back in I mean, it was back in October, I think I got an email just saying like, "Hey, like your song may be chosen." We pitched it basically or like they like got a bite or something out of it. And so I was like, wait, I didn't hear anything for like 2 months. So I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, they probably liked it, but they probably just decided to move on. But I'm like, it's still kind of cool that they thought it was like good enough to be in the show. And then I found out it was like a few weeks before Christmas, I found out. So that was like early Christmas present, I guess,
Mhm.
for me. Um, but yeah, no, it was like I was kind of shocked because I'm like, yeah, it was a pretty like I mean, it's a popular show. Like I remember even a few people are like, yeah, no, I watched that. I think even like one of my cousins in Chicago, she's like, wait, oh my gosh, are you serious? Like, and she was like sharing it. She's like, oh my gosh, this is my cousin, guys. Look at it's my cousin. Like, this is her. This song right here is my cousin. And so it was really cool. And I mean, um, I've always loved like putting music to movies or even like different scenes from shows and just like mashing it up and stuff. So this was like a a really cool moment. And hopefully we get more placements with my music. So we'll see.
Yeah, that I think you probably will. Usually that's how it kind of comes. Once they find an artist they like, they'll use you again with a different song or even
Yeah.
the same song. So
Yeah.
that's a good place to be. So there's not I
Yeah.
mean there's a lot of stuff on Netflix, but as far as like indie artists
Hmm.
that it's a lucky thing. So that's a good.
Hmm.
You're only my second guest that's been on Netflix. So I've only had two.
Oh,
So see,
really?
there you
Oh,
go.
cool.
So it's Netflix is a it's a special place. It really is
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool. Yeah. Well, all right. So I've kind of run down my like things I was kind of curious about. I always have a few things for each artist, but I like to leave it towards the end of the interview. If there's something I didn't necessarily ask you that you'd like to share, maybe you have something on you, maybe that a mission that you like to share, something you stand behind with your music or whatever, just
Yeah.
tell us what's on your mind that you'd like us to know about.
Yeah. I mean, really, I always say like to people for like with my music, I love doing music. It's something that I've connected with and it makes me happy. But I think one of the biggest things that I want to do with my music and kind of what my mission is I want to help people feel less alone or like kind of like I said earlier, like be their comfort show or almost be like their friend. I mean, if we're going with the friends theme, like let me be your like friend because I want my music to be able to be there for people when they're having a hard time or like maybe when they're having the best day ever and they just need to be able to dance and celebrate by them, in their room or with a people, I think, um, for me, I just try to be so honest with like my songs, because, you know, someone who I think, I think a lot of the times, and I always see it at concerts, and this was kind of like what sparked a lot of like my kind of drive, I think, to just make sure I'm as authentic as possible and just to really be myself is like when you go to a concert, like I've gone to concerts and like I will be next to a complete stranger and we are just jamming and we are like singing at the top of our lungs and like we're crying at the same songs and like I don't even know this person. Like I could disagree. Like they may think like like they like burritos over pizza or like I don't know. We could disagree on everything, but it's like we both are there and we're both like we both are feeling the same thing because that's the same thing we felt. And I think that's kind of what I want to be able to bring is just like that sense of like community and like, hey, like we've all are feeling the same things. Like we've all felt joy, we've all felt sadness, we've all felt loss, we've all felt love. And I think, it's, I think I just want to bring people together and also let them know that there's someone who's here for them and will always cheer them on. So,
Fantastic. That's so great. You just have a great message and a great everything that's good about what you've got going. So it's just super exciting. I'm just so
thank you.
pleased to have you out there with all there's all this trash really out there, and then it's nice to have something good for once, like
Oh, thank you.
something you can actually like say, hey, I have a daughter, so it's like, hey, this is a fair role model. Like, listen to her music. She's saying something
Yeah.
worthwhile. This is good stuff. So
Yeah.
not that some of the bad stuff is like terrible, but it is sort of.
Yeah. I
So
could, yeah.
as a parent, you look to those kind of
Yes.
things, and especially as a young having a young daughter who's very impressionable with what's out
Oh,
there and
yeah.
stuff. It's
Hmm.
always nice to reassuring to have artists like you out there. And then you got
Thank
good
you.
music that I can jam to, that anybody can jam to. You can be on Netflix. You're just it's just great. I can't say enough about how awesome it is to have you as an artist in
Oh,
our presence. So keep
yeah.
doing
Thank
what you're
you.
doing. Never retire.
I don't plan to. I probably will do this for forever. So,
Yeah. Madison Gregory will be like Mick Jagger out there
oh my
forever.
gosh. Maybe, I don't know.
That's fun. Well, it was so great having you today. Thanks again for being on the show,
Yeah.
and hopefully we can talk again. And I know we're gonna see your video on the show or on the channel anyway, if you're on the channel soon. So
Yeah.
that's exciting too. So thanks again.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a good night.